Hello, my name is Samantha. I have recently conducted a research on the negative impacts pit lakes have on the Pilbara. Pit lakes are old mining pits that have been filled in by rain and exposed underground running water. Many mines are dug below the water level. Whilst proceeding this, then companies remove the water using machines. But once the mining process is finished or shut down, many companies pack up and leave. Pit lakes then begin to fill with groundwater and rainwater. Because of exposure to the material being mined and the high pH levels already in the groundwater, they then potentially become poisonous to flora and fauna, according to the Environmental Protection Authority 2014. If this continues in the same procedure, the environment in the region will lose its sustainability and begin to diminish. I gathered my information for the research using an array of resources. These included government websites and other sources like Curtin Library, Boolean, and Google Scholar for a more broader perspective on the problem. When using Curtin Library, Boolean, and Google Scholar, I used keywords such as mining in the Pilbara, pit lakes in the Pilbara, and Pilbara mines. Each of these keywords had helped me to find factual observations with non-biased opinions. I identified the biased opinions through certain statements in the title that showed prejudice towards the idea. When researching this topic, I discovered numerous facts like the endangered species, the guidelines implemented for closure, the actions made by the government and companies, and assurance for sustainability on affected environments. I discovered that the greater bilby, deer great, and speckled-haired wallaby is endangered in the Pilbara, largely due to the environmental changes from the mining of resources in the area and the dangerous pit lakes surrounding their declining biodiverse environment, according to the Commonwealth Scientific Industrial Research Organisation. The Department of Mines and Petroleum 2015 have written guidelines for each company. In these guidelines, they emphasise on the importance of restoring the environment. Recently, Turnbull had signed an agreement with BHP Mining Company on implementing their strongest environmental resources to begin having the best possible outcomes for their closed mining pits. The last key finding I discovered is the BHP company has now begun working together on diversity development programs to effectively rehabilitate the damaged area. So far, they have rehabilitated 2,500 hectares. During 2013, Rio Tinto created a Sustainable Development Report, The Way We Work. In the document, Rio Tinto emphasized on their 10 Sustainable Development Principles. One of those principles was minimize all forms of environmental harm. This topic of research can be found in the Australian Curriculum 2015. There are 3 year levels that have found the topic specifically relates to in various forms, such as the measuring of the data, the reactions from 2 different minerals causing poisonous substances, the various and continuous effects they may have on a particular part of the region, and investigations created to learn about the situation. Environmental Protection Authority believe that much of the Pilbara will be overwhelmed with pit lakes and the environment in the region will deteriorate rapidly, forcing native animals to find habitats elsewhere. There are many solutions in place in order to rehabilitate and promote sustainability within the region. Backfill is often recommended to avoid many issues associated with poor pit lake water quality, developed from weathering of PAF material in pit lakes. Professor Kingsley Dixon from Curtin University and Director of Centre for Mine Site Restoration has conducted projects on the rehabilitation of the pit lakes, including devices that can measure the pH levels within the water. These are only some of the various projects and programs I have discovered from researching about pit lakes in the Pilbara.